Alright, we're going to take a look at creating a new template for us to use here. So I have AutoCAD open. I'm in feet and inches, not in metric. And what we're going to do, we're going to start to look at layers and how layers can be used as we create drawings. So up here, if we look in the layers section, I'm on the home tab. You can see that we just have layer 0. This is what we've been working with up until this point. But what I want to do now is click on layer properties, and we'll get this box here. And we want to continue to add layers so we can switch to different layers as we create drawings and specific lines. So I have a list of layers that we need to create, and this is in Vision. It's a PDF, so I can zoom out and in. Okay, so it's called the Q2 title box. This will be right underneath the video you're watching. So if you want to have this open and you can watch the video, or you can pause the video right here, I'll zoom in so you can see when we need to create all of these other layers in the layer properties dialog box. Okay, so to do that, we can use Alt and Tab on the keyboard to kind of go back and forth, and we'll come up here and hit New Layer. We'll name it. It doesn't matter which order you create these in, it'll put them in alphabetical order. So there's center lines. We'll come over here to the color. It said to specify red. Hit OK. Line type, right now it's just a continuous straight line. But if I click on that and load in a different line type, make this box a little bit bigger, I can use any line type but the first couple here that are ACAD underscore ISO whatever. Do not use these. Scroll past them and you'll find line type. So center line uses a center type of line, which is a long dash, short dash, long dash. Okay, we'll choose that. Then we'll bring it in here to this, and we'll click it again and hit OK. Now we have a center line type. Then we need to change the line weight. I don't remember that, so I'm going to Alt-Tab back over, and it's the default weight, so we don't need to change that. There's a couple here with a different line weight, and we'll have to remember to change that. But that one was default. Okay. Now that we have that one created, we're going to come up here and turn off. And it's going to ask us why are we turning off the current layer. That's okay. Freeze, because it is the current layer. Okay, so let's just come down here and make this the current layer. Not a problem. Right click and we'll say set to current. We'll freeze that one and we'll lock it because we never want to use that one again. And we can even turn it off over here in the viewport. We don't want to even see it in the viewport. And we can say we don't even want to print it. Alright, so go through and we're going to create the rest of these layers, and we'll go from there. Okay, now that I have the rest of my layers created, the last thing we want to do in here is come to the construction line layer, which is color 9. I want to click on it one time, then right click and say set to current instead of my center lines, because we'll use this one to start with. Okay, so I want to leave that in there as the current layer. Once I have that, I can go ahead and close it. The next thing to set up this template, I'm going to get rid of that other one there. Get this template to work properly. Now that we are working with line weights, we need to come down here to the application status toolbar and click customize. And we want to come up here and turn on line weight. If you do that, it'll bring up this new tool right here, and we can either toggle on or off the line weight, which you'll see how that works as we start to draw. The next thing that we need to do, instead of drawing the actual title box and border in the black screen, we need to come down here to our layouts. You're going to have a layout too, but that's okay. And what we need to do is come to layout, and I already have this done. I'm going to turn my line weight off and on. You can see what happens there. It makes my border a little bit thicker. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to recreate the same title box that we've used in the past, but on this layout tab. That way, while I'm drawing, I don't have anything on my black model tab. Okay, but when I come over here, I'll have my title box and I can bring the picture in or the drawing in and place it here to print it or get it ready. Okay, so to see that title box, again, if we come to that PDF, and I'll zoom it in here a little bit, or you can open it yourself. Here are the dimensions that we need to create that title box with. Okay, so go ahead and create that. Then the last part of this, coming back over here, once you have that done, so pause the video, make this happen, get it done. The last step is we want to come back to our model tab. Alright, we want to make sure this is set to construction layer. Okay, because however we set stuff, it will be how it opens every single time. So now we're going to come back up here to the red A. I'm going to do a save as, and I'm going to save it as a template. You get this error message. We're going to come back to our student ID folder. I'm going to come back in here to my CAD folder that I created. There's my old title box, and I'm going to call this one, this naming scheme here, so it's going to be the AutoCAD A-size piece of paper, which is 8.5 by 11, and this is my title box, so title. I'm going to hit save. Okay, I'm going to get this template option here. Instead of just hitting OK, this time we're going to actually give it a description. We're going to call it Q2 A-size custom template. And we'll hit OK. Then it should save. I'm going to close out of CAD. I'm going to go ahead and minimize my PDF there, and I'm going to come back in here to my CAD folder, and I'm going to make sure this opens properly. Take a second to load because we completely shut down CAD. Once it loads, we should have our two tabs. Okay, if we come down here to our layout, we can see we have our layout here. Come back to our model. We're all set with our drawing space. So if you did all this, you're good to go. Make sure you get that saved properly.